welcome to 450K Podcast, and I'm your host Ahmad, where we talk about war games hobbies and what is like the competitive scene here in the Philippines. And for this podcast, we're here to talk about the recent RTT event, the Barn Hunt 2 at Gamers Workshop, I Game Gamers Shop, sorry. And we're joined here with the owner himself, Sir Don, and the top three winner, Emir Yael. So, Emir Yael of Add to Cart War Games Group, isa sa mga competitive group dito sa Manila. And Emir, say hello sa ano natin.
Hello there. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Emir, and the owner of Gamer Shop, Sir Don. Sir Don, hello.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us in the 450K podcast.
Yeah. So first things first, guys. Sir Don, Sir Emil, congratulations sa inyo. Sir Don, congratulations at for the first tournament sa Gamer Shop. And Emir, congratulations sa third place winner mo, man. Anong army ginamit mo, Emir?
Chaos Space Marines. I used Chaos Space Marines for the tournament. Yep.
As for the tournament. Ano yung mga units and unit compositions na mga ginamit mo for it?
Basically, ginamit ko yung mga pinaka-meta na units, and then I combined them with non-meta units actually. So there are obliterators. Minax
Mm-hmm.
ko siya for 3 data sheets. So I had a one unit with 4 models obliterators, and then 2 units of minimum size ng obliterators. And then of course, yung pinaka-hot ngayon for CSM was the Forge Fiend.
Really? Tapos ano pa mga ano mo, man? Ano pa mga ibang units
So
mo?
other than that, yung mga nag-supplement lang is the Accursed Cultist Blob, which is very meta right now. So
Okay.
it's composed of a Dark Commune character unit with 2 units of Accursed Cultist. So basically, they're a big tar pit unit.
Malakas nga ang Chaos Space Marines ngayon to be honest dahil they're very, very killy ang units nila.
Yep. So there was one time nga nung tournament na yung obliterators with the profane zeal talagang
Talagang malakas din, no?
everything I pointed to it deletes.
Oh, di ba auto-delete ang mga ano nila?
Yeah.
Yes. Emir, before we go into more questions sa'yo, man, let's talk about Sir
Go.
Don muna kasi this is the first Warhammer event that they have at Gamer Shop. So, Sir Don, how was the first tournament for Gamer Shop sa Warhammer 40K?
It was great actually, and I'm very thankful to Emir and Barnhunt for holding the event there for a relatively new shop. Actually, yun nga, the gamer shop had an hiatus of over 15 years. Since it closed its doors and opened earlier this year. I just saw how passionate the players were. They started 9 a.m. and they finished 9 p.m. past 9 p.m. pa nga. And then it's really a passion game to play that long. Kasi even in the competitive card games that we carry, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't even last 5 hours the entire tournament, even in a major. So I saw how passionate the players are. And as a shop, we saw the opportunity that the Warhammer uh, is capable of in growing the community inside Gamer Shop. So we're very happy about that.
Oh, interesting. I look forward na makita ang shop nyo, Sir. Man. So, how was the community naman, Sir Don?
Oh yeah, so the community was great. Everyone was courteous. Everyone's friendly, as we'd expect from a game like Warhammer. So it's really community based Kasi from talking with some of the players, it's very much different from the games that we carry in the sense that there's a lot of price support.
Okay.
So yeah, so with Warhammer, as I learned yesterday and the past few days, parang konti pala yung price support. So it really needs a lot of community support, a lot of love and passion to keep it going. Diba? And the purchases, I noticed also, is not as fast or as heavy as the other games kasi you guys don't have multiple releases in a year. So your army, if you build one in ninth edition, would have lasted you 3 to 4 years, diba? And then
Yes.
10th edition or some new models. So it really needs passion to continue that kind of of an army, for example, and you play that same army for 3 years, or you have a second army, for example, but it's still the same army, diba? So you and the, I also realized now that I'm trying to build my own army, na painting, building it, it's really requires a lot of a love and attention and time, diba?
Yes. I
So to do that, it's really a passion project for the players. So that I saw from the community. Uh,
Grabe ang transition, no? Kasi for me, TCG player din ako, Magic. So I try na maging standard player pero it didn't pan out dahil sobrang mahal. Tapos yung transition ko from tabletop games, ang laki ng transition niya, di ba? I mean,
and
yung
I was
card
actually
game is
surprised.
you just have to buy cards tapos wala ang layo lang talaga ng difference nila. Tapos ang laki
And I
rin.
was telling the
Sorry, yeah.
players this past week.
Mhm.
Na I was so surprised na it's so cheap to make an army now sa Warhammer. Like you were speaking about Magic a while ago.
Yeah.
One card from Magic is already half the army of that you can buy sa yung mahal na card sa Magic, 'di
Anong
ba?
card
Like
Uh,
yun?
the set
that's true.
hit, oh, 'di ba? Or don't let's not even talk about the Power 9. The power if you get
Oh
one,
my
you
goodness.
sell a Power 9 right now, probably you can buy all the armies of AOS and and, and
That is
40k,
true, man.
then
Totoo yan.
way over pa.
Mm.
Kasi even from the pre-orders, if you notice, so GamerShop does pre-orders for 40k and Age of Sigmar, the new fantasy. Before it was fantasy, that's how I know it. Because I
Mm.
played the Undead Army before. Anyways, we do a lot of pre-orders weekly. So we already noticed na wow, the starter set, the starter set, which is the combat patrol pala, combat patrol plus like yung sa lids kasi kakalabas lang 2 weeks ago yung pre-order prices nila. Then Norn Emissary, then a few more units, the guns. So yun na. And it was like if you pre-order, it's probably less than 25k, then you have an army na. So I was so surprised with that because I play Flesh and Blood now eh. One card, like if you play Flesh and Blood, one card like the Crown of Providence na foil is like 15,000.
Oh my god.
That's
Single
already
card?
75% of the army, 60,
Oh.
70% of the army. So and yung Crown of Providence, almost every hero requires that. So parang kaya maganda rin yung opportunity ng Warhammer right now. I don't know if it's cheaper than the previous uh, distributor, but it's more accessible. And there's purchasing power within the existing player base, not only from the Warhammer, but the other card games to support Warhammer. So it's a very good opportunity right now as a shop the way we see it. Ang daming pwedeng players na ma-convert dito sa game na to. Yan.
And same
Siguro
thing,
yan.
vice versa, no? Doon. Kasi ako,
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Emir, yes.
half foot in ako sa ano eh, sa fab.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
Half foot
oo.
lang, half foot lang. Marunong na ako maglaro. Pero hindi pa ako nag-full dive.
Yeah, actually I
Oo.
tried din yung Fab talaga nung first time kasi I believe ang pinatry sa akin nun is yung Blitz ni Fai, tama ba? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm.
Yun,
Yeah,
nag-enjoy
it's a
din ako
white
sa Fai.
assassin.
I did enjoy it pero nalaman ko na ganun yung mga prices, parang The difference yung TCG games at saka sa 40k kasi sa 40k fix ang prices. While the
Ah.
TCG talaga, it depends.
The TCG is way more expensive kasi
Mm.
we have like sa Fab, you have three or four releases a year, and there's usually upgrades for your deck every expansion. So you have to purchase those cards. So Warhammer, you just buy your deck. Like ngayon sa mga marketplace, they're selling decks for 15,000. Fully competitive na yon. But they don't include the equipment na mahal. So usually it's just the base deck. If you add the equipment, it can easily run you up to 30 to 35. And then you need to buy cards to expand it. But so Warhammer, you can buy a 25K set. O sige, let's say you have to spend 5K for the paints and the brushes and the glue. Okay, so it runs you up to 30K. Pero alam mo yun, nag-enjoy ka mag-paint. Right now, I'm painting with my son. I'm building the starter set with my son. Kaming dalawa. Ako taga-gupit, siya taga-buo. So kasi siya ready to no need to glue yung some of the figures that I bought. So
Yes.
yun, it's spending time with my family and then it's so fun to So for other players na that want to get into the game, you're building your own army, you're painting your own army. So I think if you do that and you spend that much time, get you through that door, you'll love the at least that one aspect.
Oh
And
yes,
then
that is
there's
true.
yeah. And then the next aspect is the playing in casual or competitive games. Yeah. So let's wait and see how the prize support is going to be. But I'm confident that there will be some prize support either from Banky or the LGSS side. So I'm very excited for that. There's so much more players that we can convert. Parang naghahanap din lang talaga ng playing area or place to learn yung mga the player base. And
Mm-hmm.
then Warhammer kasi is a game where you need to see it in the shops so that you'll see parang how cool they are. The figures are cool. Eh. Diba? Um if you I'm diba? I lived through the 90s. So late 90s lumabas yung Starship Troopers. Yan naalala ko kapag when I see 40K. Eh. I see the Space Marines, and the Tyranids. So I don't know if you remember that movie. So it's a classic, and that's what I remember. It's so cool talaga to see those figures. Okay.
Oh yes, actually, maano rin talaga sa those days, ang hirap maka-get into some 40k dahil siyempre college at well, hindi naman ganun kalakihan yung sa baon natin nun. So that's out of the question. Pero let's deviate back ulit sa mga natin. Sir Don, if you had the chance, I believe you have an army na, no? Ano yung mga army na plan mo to build?
So I'm building a Tyranid army for 40K.
Yes.
Um I already mentioned why I like the Tyranid army. It's because of my one of my favorite movies, yung Starship Troopers.
Yes.
So and I think the new figures are really cool looking. I don't even know what they do. So I think Emir and the rest of Barnhunt and the rest of the players will show me after I've read. And for AOS, I'm building the Luminet army. I already have a full army coming to me from I ordered it kasi I saw some sale items of the old units. So I grabbed that opportunity. It was so
Mhm.
cheap to pass up on. So ayun. Uh there and before I had an undead army. So I remember meron pa yung Carriage, then a lot of skeletons, then a lot of vampires, banshees. But I think they killed off that faction already. So Right? They don't have it, right?
Yeah, I believe so. They don't have it now.
uh, so, yun. I thought about doing that again, pero wala na nga sila. So, and I already have an idea of what to play. What to collect on the side, which is the Chaos Demons, kasi I can play it for 40k and AOS. So yeah, those are the armies I fancy right now. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, for Tyranids, isa lang masasabi ko, Norn Emissary. My God, ang ganda ng model na yun, kahit anong.
Yeah, I actually purchased three of them. So I think someone wants the two already. So
Oh,
I'll be left with one. Maybe.
really? Oh, grabe naman yun.
Uh some customers are giving me the deals that they want the two na existing that I ordered.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about the winner ngayon. Sa top 3 winner natin, si Emir. So Emir, Chaos Space Marines. Oh yeah, Emir, you there?
Yes, yes, go.
Yes. So yung mga questions ko sa iyo is, ano yung mga missions na nyo sa na nilaro nyo sa Barn Hunt 2?
So basically, the tournament ran na yung the missions will be all selected from the Leviathan GT companion.
Mm-mm.
So if you notice, it's 15 missions. So we played 3 out of 15, which is C, mission C, as in Charlie, I
Yes.
for India, and then L for Lima.
Okay.
So those were the missions played. And they're all fun para sa akin. Lalo na kasi with how we transition from 9th to 10th.
Okay.
Di ba parang yun 9th, parang it's just a replay every day, every game, di ba?
Oo, tama.
Unlike ngayon 10th na parang, uy, ang dami nangyayari. Uy, yung tactical cards, ang saya. Parang ang dami mong ginagawa, ang dami mong ways para manalo ngayon.
Actually,
I'm just really having fun with 10th, despite the balance issues. It's
yeah.
fun to play talaga.
Eldar, joke lang. Eldar. Hindi, joke lang yan, guys. Alam naman natin how Eldar works and the shenanigans they do. So, ano yung first mission nyo? Sorry. And
I think
ano yung army na nakalaban mo with that first mission?
forgot the mission Wait lang. Let me just check. Pero
Is
it's
it
the
in
one with
Besco sparing na rin ba? Nilagay nyo rin ba doon?
yes.
Interesting.
It's with I think with the Scorching Earth mission. For a bit lang I think I can see it. Yeah, it's mission L for Lima. So the primary is Scorched Earth. The mission rule is Chilling Rain. So basically it has no special rules.
Yes.
And then the deployment is Dawn of War. And the whole tournament pala, the whole day, we played on one terrain layout lang, which is terrain layout number 2.
Mm-mm.
Then, ayun, ang kalaban ko noon was Marjan's Black Templar pala. By the way, shoutout ko lang pala yung mga kasama ko from Add to Cart Wargaming,
Yeah, no worries. Sige, go.
Warhammer Estancia, and then yung everybody who joined Warhammer and everybody in the Warhammer Philippines community
Yeah.
naman.
Shout out sa inyo guys. Add to Cart War
Mm.
Games. Hope to play with you guys. Ayan, tapos si Marjon and his Black Templars, what happened there?
He pushed middle, and then he went to my deployment zone. He was able to kill my Forge Fiend, pero he wasn't prepared enough yung paggaling na from reserves ng obliterators. And true to their name, they obliterated everything. So I think it was turn 3 na Marjan called it quits na to summarize the game kasi he won't be able to catch up na from the scoring that I've made. Then na-distract din siya nung Helldrake ko kasi if you see the Helldrake, it's a big dragon mechanical looking scary ass thing. Wala naman siya ginagawa all game pero inabsorb na maraming firepower from otherwise na units na dapat na ma-focus down for me to deny me scoring. So yun yung pinaka-story ng game namin. And of course, yung MVP ko na walang ginagawa every game pero nangiirita lang. Yung, if you notice the Lord Discordant on Hellstalker of Chaos Space Marines, in 8 and 9, it was very killy. Unlike
Yes,
in
it is.
itong edition na sobrang trash siya. Pero pag nilalabas ko, what I do is, I put it in strategic reserves. Then on round 3, I deploy it near a vehicle so that meron kasi siyang ability na if you pass the leadership test, you get -1 to hit. But if you
Wow.
fail that leadership test, that vehicle won't get to shoot. Kaya parang, irita siya. Parang,
Ano ba yan?
yung mga ganong moments yung mga masasaya for playing games. Lalo na tournament setting, mga ganon.
Oh yeah, so it's a win sa CSM sa first game, man.
Mhm.
Ano yung second game mo, Emir?
Second game was to Chris's Leagues of Votan. This was really fun kasi I've never played against Votan and then
Okay.
ngayon lang naglabasan yung Votan since the data slate.
Mm-mm.
Inayos na kasi yung balance changes nila for I think it was the judgment tokens and then some points, of course, points
Yes.
changes. Ito
Literally yung buong army nag-points drop.
yeah, ayun.
Ayan,
So
continue, go.
nakakatawa, ang lakas ng firepower nila. Pero again, yung syempre he's using a new army and then this is one of the first tournaments ng I think this is the first tournament ng 2,000 points match play
Oh, yes,
ng
it is.
40k this edition, no? So,
Mm-mm.
yun, hindi pa masyadong aware yung mga tao sa mga units ng mga kalaban. So, again, same story like what I did with Marjon. Ang una nilang pinapatay talaga yung Helldrake kasi it's a big dragon. So, nagkakaroon ng fixation yung mga tao. We need to kill the dragon. So, ayun. So, while they're killing the dragon, yung mga units ko just happily go lucky, pupunta lang sa objective, scoring me victory points. So, that's what made me win also. And yeah, hindi rin na-screen yung obliterators ko. So, they get to obliterate everything.
Yung ang hirap din siyang i-screen because minax out mo ba yung 6-man or 3-man lang?
Yung isa naka-max out to 4-man, then yung
4-man
dalawang
pala,
unit
sorry.
na, yeah. Then dalawang unit ng 2-man lang.
Tig-2 lang ang ginawa mo.
Isang big na 4, tas dalawang 2. Bale, 3 units ng obliterators.
No. So, kamusta naman yung
Sure.
League of Votan? How did it go sa kanya?
Malakas in fairness yung sa shooting ng Votan. Kaso yun nga lang, yung priority targeting. Kumbaga, nanggigil sila masyado dun sa Helldrake. So yung lahat ng shots napunta dun sa Helldrake. And then the one that yung accursed cultist blob ko, or what I call them ACDC, accursed cultist dark commune.
Oo nga,
So
no?
yun yung so yun yung scoring unit ko kasi na hindi sila malakas pero they're very parang Necrons with their warrior blob. They're
Oo.
really hard to take off the board kasi in every command phase meron choice ako, the player that's using it, to return either 3 little models or 1 big model. Mahirap siya i-take down. Kailangan mo talaga siyang bigyan ng pansin. Ang ginawa ni Chris, ang tinarget niya yung Helldrake, which is masaya din na talagang kailangan mong patayin kasi it's nakatakot 20-inch movement, I put it in front of them. Yun.
Wow, 100
It's right.
yan. Yung
Mm.
what about the last game that you have?
The last game was against Agus's, the eventual winner of the tournament.
Oh,
Si
yeah.
Agus. We were both 2-0 with the most highest VP scored na at that time before kami maglaban. So he was using Astra Militarum. It was a different game na with Agus. Agus really picked apart my game plan kasi one, he had horde units na
Yes.
he screened like 3/4 of the map. So yun lang naman kasi yung ano ko I distract people with the big engines. Then if hindi sila nag-spread out to screen, bababa ni obliterators to clean them all up. Ito, pinevent lahat ni Agus yun. And I think the mission and then the deployment zone was really in favor of his army. Like I think it was letter I for India. So the primary was
Yes.
take and hold, mission rule, hidden supplies. So if you see the map ng game na yun, na yung dahil sa hidden supplies na mission rule, na we have to remove the middle objective and then spread it 9 inches apart na
Yeah.
diagonal or to a corner. So ang ngayon, yung position ng dalawa na yun, nasa firing lanes. Eh, syempre, Astra Militarum kalaban mo. Mas malaki yung tanks nila, mas malakas yung firepower nila. So, ayun. The turn, I think turn 3 and 4, medyo sinummarize na namin. Then I conceded na. Kasi wala na akong units to score.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures sa Barn Hunt event na yun eh. I believe he had a Bane Blade and two Rogaldorns, I think, sa pictures.
Yeah, two Rogaldorns. Two Rogaldorns. And yung, hindi ko alam kung, I'm not quite sure with the big ass tank. It's like,
Oh, hindi ko
sorry
rin
for
basta
the...
it's an Octoblade. An Octoblade ang tawag nila doon. Hindi ko lang which
Pain sword nga yata or something.
yeah, I
Basta may
believe
sinasabi si
so.
Agus nun na hindi ko na
Bane
sinasabi.
Sword is
Basta malaking tank.
yeah, it's a
Okay
big
yan.
tank, not a Titanic tank, man.
Mm.
Grabe. So
Nil-
if na-notice mo, no, majority ng games na nangyayari ngayon sa Warhammers, hindi na tumatagal ng 4th or 5th turn, no?
tumatagal. Nagkataon lang yung sa akin, yung mga ano ko
Yung,
is, ano
because,
tawag doon.
ang bilis
Mhm.
ng laro mo. From the
Yeah,
story
ako
of
mabilis.
yung ano. Ang bilis ng laro mo.
Kasi there was a game na ang ganda, sobrang close match. I think it was with with Doc Francis Orcs versus John's World Eaters. Parang 85-82. Parang ganun. Parang 3 points lang yung lamang eh. Tapos sila yung
Oo.
katabing table namin eh. Mas tumitingin kami kaysa sa laro namin eh. Kasi ang ganda ng laban nila eh.
Si
Pero
Doc yung
ayun,
second
yeah.
place, di ba?
I
Wow.
agree na mabilis ang mga games ngayon. Pero umaabot pa rin lahat to 5th round. Lalo na if close kayo. And then, of course, yung bagong rule, yung Gambit rule. Ang ganda rin nun. I really
Oh,
like that one.
somebody used Gambit na. Yung
I
mga
have to
yung Hail
check.
Mary,
I have to
Hail
check.
Mary na ano, missions.
I have to check. I have to check.
Yeah.
Baka pag nag-demo na kami kay Don, baka gamitin ni Don yung Gambit.
Yeah.
So, ayun.
Okay, Emir,
Um,
yes, go,
mhm.
continue, sorry.
So basically, yun na yung experience with Tent. Not all games naman. Special case lang yung sa akin na most of the time third round nag-concede na. Pero mas maraming games sa tingin ko went to finish the game talaga.
Okay. Ayun na nga naman. So, yung there's another question na I would love to ask you about that. Siyempre, with the experience that you have sa tournament nyo, siyempre may hit or miss na units tayo.
Mhm.
So, ano yung mga units na you would love to change? Kasi parang wala sila gaano ginawa. Anong mga units yun?
Well, definitely my two meme picks. That would be the Helldrake and the Lord Discordant.
Oh,
Probably
anong ipapalit
hindi
mo
ko na
doon?
sila dadalhin.
Oh, bakit
Um,
naman?
Hindi kasi talagang ano lang sila parang they're fun to look at and then I spent a lot of time painting them. I want to use them. Parang every player goes to that phase. Not to discredit the wins against me. Mas magaling talaga sa akin si Agus.
Oh, yeah.
Pero yung popular picks kasi that came after the data slate was I would probably with the points from the Heldrick was 190, right? So
Yes.
I would probably put some MSUs or what you call minimum sized units
Yeah.
ng chosen for flank
Mga
primaries. Then
skirmishing
mhm,
units.
yep. Then I would put units of Nurglings. And yung original plan ko was to use Nurglings. These
Nerdlings.
are for secondaries kasi I primarily
Mm-hmm.
craft my list with tactical secondaries. So, ang ginagamit ko are things that can go to places as fast as they can and then as much as they can, they are cheap in points para they can just score me secondaries and I can just forget about it.
Yes. Iba yung playstyle ngayon, no? Because of the tactical cards.
Yes, sobrang iba. Pero
Oh,
it's different in a good way. Para sa akin for me. Kasi I only learned to play nung 9th ed lang naman.
interesting. Tapos nakapag top 3 ka na kaagad. Oh,
Credits to my playgroup eh. Talagang they push you to be good.
to be better player, no? Ang galing eh.
Not just in the tabletop but pati yung etiquette din.
Ah, yes. Importante yan. Kasi,
Yep.
syempre, ah, kahit na competitive player ka, dapat maging friendly ka pa rin sa mga kalaro mo.
Yep. Then gaya I would just like to quote Ponky.
Yes.
Ponky is alam ko he won like one major event nung 9th ed eh. Pero to quote lang him na you owe it to your opponent that he will also have a good time.
Yes, exactly. That is true. That is true. Sir Don, don't you agree sa sinabi ni Emir?
I agree,
Yeah.
especially if you're playing 3 to 4 hours. It doesn't help that you're going to be like aggressive or too mayabang or too competitive, diba?
Oo.
Tapos, yeah, so I agree with that. It doesn't help or and it doesn't help with the community building. It can be competitive, but it should be fun as well.
Oh, yes, actually. Uh, ma may mga nag-uusap nga kami regarding dyan before na kailangan, kahit competitive ka talaga, be friendly rin naman sa mga kalaro mo. Kasi not everyone is very competitive. Gusto lang nilang mga kalaro. Ayun, Sir Don, kamusta naman yung yung tournament scene? The first time na nakita nyo? Or was it your first time na makakita ng ganyung tournament? I mean, mag-conduct?
Um, Actually, for Warhammer, that's the biggest I've seen ever in the Philippines. So I think the pinakamalaki nakita ko even way before, even for casual or tournament plays, mga 4 players, ganon.
Yes.
So I think 10 players is even. I think Emir, you'd agree when I say marami na yung 10 players, di ba?
Yes, actually yun yung max capacity ng karamihan ng LGS ngayon, barring yours, of course.
Oh yeah, we can do actually up to 20 plus tables. We have a events
Mhm.
place sa us. So abangan. We
Oh,
might have a major event soon in coordination with I won't say muna. I'll let them announce it na lang.
oh yeah. Let them cook, sir. Let them cook
Let
muna.
them cook na.
Let them cook
Yeah,
muna.
pero the gamer shop kasi is meant for gamers to have a venue to call their home, and then at the same time we're equipped to do major tournaments. So if if it's 20 Warhammer players, so that's 10 tables, we can do that. If it's more than that, kaya din. Uh, yeah, so probably 16 tables kaya sa events place namin. Sa rooftop ng building namin. Uh, yeah. So we're looking forward to having more events, bigger events, growing the community. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, since nasabi niyo yun, sir, parang I'm interested to parang pumunta sa gamer shop. Saan ang place niyo, sir? I believe nasa Quezon City Park ba? If if
Yeah.
Google was
So
right.
yeah, so we're in front of Viluna Hospital, AFP Medical Center.
Ah.
So we're actually in along Viluna Avenue. We're in
Mm-mm.
the EGCT building. So we're in the second floor of that building. But inside that building in EGGCT, we have multiple spaces which we can use for the events. So like the roof deck has around 150 to 200 square meters of play area. So that's good enough for 16 tables or maybe more actually. Uh, So come visit us. We're open every day except Monday. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting ang mga tournament scene right now. Kasi this is the first para sa atin sa Philippines sa 10th edition. With how things went sa data slate. Yeah, that's it. Speaking of the data slate, Emir, anong nakita mo mga ups and downs for KS Space Marine?
For CSM, actually parang wala eh. Kasi tumaas yung points ng iba. Like the Forge Fiend and the Obliterators. The one, you'll still take them. And then the other units went down then while they went up. So it's like a balance lang. Pero there are some things na you can't just field na together. Pero it's quite good actually. I'm actually much more excited for the low tier armies before, like Leagues of Votan. They're coming out,
Ah,
and Death Guard. Death Guard, you have to watch out for Death Guard.
yes,
Death
agree.
Guard ang magiging parang sleeper hit ngayon. Then of course, with new balances, Eldar is still going to crush a lot of people's hearts. No, don't get me wrong, ah. Malakas pa rin talaga ang Eldar.
Oh my God.
Parang ang nagalaw lang sa kanila is yung Phantasm. It's a big blow, and then the points, it's a big blow din. Pero knowing lang na yung faction na yun, the firepower that it has, ang dami pa rin. Kumbaga mag-change lang sila ng units. Pero
Yes,
siguro
exactly.
hindi na kasing if you're subscribed to the Meta Mondays, hindi na siguro ganun ka-dominant. Hopefully, that's what we all
Hopefully.
hope.
Well, ang sabi nila, beatable na ang Eldar. Pero the question is, kaya, kung kaya pa rin, kung kaya ba ng army na gagamitin mo. Kasi yung Eldar,
Yeah.
di ba, mawawala lang will be the Wraith Knights, some
Mm.
vehicles.
Not entirely sure what's going to happen with their list building. But yung sure ako is that yung Philippine meta right now, marami nagsasabi na the Philippine meta is not existent pa. Kasi one, wala naman tayong record keeping.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
we aim to fix that. Pero kasi yung frequency din kasi ng games natin, like for example, di ba nung ninth we only had like what, one, two, three? Three times lang tayo nagkaroon ng 2,000 points tournament.
Yeah, it
So
did.
hopefully, ma-increase natin yung numbers na yun. And then masama na rin tayo sa mga meta talks, yung bansa natin at least. And
Oh man, that
well,
is the goal, Emir. That is the goal.
yeah, that's a dream.
And hopefully Sir
Tapos for
Don will help with
GamerShop
it.
side naman, we plan to
Mm-hmm.
like record some of the games, 'di ba? At least may footprint tayo sa YouTube or sa chat, sa Facebook, right? Ipo-post natin some of the games. And then like what Emir said, kung if we have regular tournaments, and regular numbers, 'di ba? Pwede tayo ma-feature sa battle reports
Yeah.
online.
Yes, actually, if you don't mind din Sir Don, no? I do have a YouTube channel where nag-stream ako ng Warhammer. If you have ano, I can stream din sa future events nyo kung sakali.
Yeah, pwede. Let's wait and see kung ano yung mga major events namin light up. We're planning something big for the community, and then let's see kung where it goes from there. And then we'll invite you kung ano to stream and probably cast some of the games, 'di ba?
Mm. Kasi yan ang primary ano ko sir other than this podcast. Kasi for me, yung streaming and yung podcast is one way para makita lang ang Warhammer scene dito sa Philippines. Pero hopefully nakikita nila even though Taglish ang ano natin. Tapos yun lang guys. So Emir,
Mm-hmm.
pwede mo na i-continue yung shoutout mo before we end this stream. Ay, this
Yeah,
podcast, I'm
that's
sorry.
fine na. Shoutout din kanila Sir Don. Actually, yung pinaka story niyan is we're just looking for a place na we can set up multiple tables.
Yes.
Then biglang sinuggest niya doon na gawin na nating tournament yan. Let's put a prize money in. Not money. Let's put a prize in there. Ganun. And everything just developed. Parang it's kind of
Or,
feels like it's
organic,
fated.
diba? It was organic. More,
Organic.
more natural lang.
Yeah. And then of course nakakaingit din kasi yung ano if you're familiar Ahmad with Fab with
Yes.
Flesh and Blood, ang ganda ng competitive scene nila. And then lahat ng mga kahit yung maliliit na tournaments nila, it gets uploaded into one competitive stream or kung website yata or something. But
Yes, actually.
makita nila yung player profile nila, ganun. Hopefully we achieve that then as well.
Oh, ang hype ng Fab right now is not hindi pa namamatay. I mean, it's still going on. Grabe ang hype ng
Gameplay is
Fab.
really good kasi. Gameplay is really good. The community is really good. It's not, the prices are not expensive enough to be parang cutthroat or super competitive. But at the same time, yun nga, the gameplay is really, really good. Games are usually close.
Yes.
And then, sa Fab kasi, uh, meron silang tinatawag na second cycle wherein you stack your deck from the bottom. And then, when the cycle comes back, it's how good you stack that second cycle that usually determines the game. Dun lumalabas yung skill level. So, high skill level siya na game.
Oh.
Yan.
Yan. So, ikaw, Sir Don, before we end this stream, do you have anything last mga
Okay.
shoutouts? Saan namin kayo
Yeah,
makikita?
so I just wanna clear some things up about GamerShop kasi baka mayroong mga misconceptions on pay to play sa shop.
Yes.
Actually, GamerShop has a subscription model. We do a different model than other game stores. So the main perk ng subscription model namin is that you get your stuff for free. Um, so you get around 10 to 20% off the SRP price if you're a member in the shop. So the membership fee is 6,000 per annum or 1,000 per month. So it's way cheaper to do it per annum. Aside from that, there are other perks like use of our Wi-Fi, use of our parking, a coffee machine. Then you get a membership card. So we do the subscription service, and then of course, if you're a member, it's only pay for Warhammer players. So you don't need to look for another place to play at. We're only limiting the membership to around 50 players. We're almost at 20 now. And there. So if you're looking for a place to play, home to play at, and you're close to our local gaming store in Viluna, come visit us. If you want to join the chat, please message us in our FB, Gamer Shop Gaming Store. So we can add you to the 40K or the AOS group where we throw out the pre-orders. Some of the pre-orders go very fast in
Yes.
like some hours lang. So please do message me. And if you have questions about our subscription service, please message me as well. And your subscription service also has like a discount for events. So there. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, also for 40K and AOS, we have lockers in our shop that we're already building. So this is we specifically designed this feature for Warhammer players. And as per my commitment to the players who went to the shop, we're already in the process of making terrain for the 40K players. And we've
Yes.
already purchased 6 playmats na 44 by 60 na magagamit na nila come Saturday, this Saturday. So shout out sa binilihan ko.
Yes. Thank you so
Sir John
much.
John Paul, I think yung name. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
So that's it. Come visit us in Gamer Shop in QC. Um we're if you want to play for at least for this September and October, as long as we have free tables, it's free to play. Don't worry about it muna. And then hopefully if you like the store, you'll be a subscriber to our membership. Okay?
Yan,
Thank you.
guys. GamerShop Sir Don, thank you so much. And Emir, anything to say before we end this program?
Well, I'd like to shout out lang sa buong Warhammer community as a whole. Thank you
Mm.
na we're all still here. We're all still here. We're not going away.
Ay,
Then, yun lang.
and
We'll
guys,
just, we're still a happy family.
yes. And
Yeah.
guys, if you want to be a competitive player, guys, you can find the Add to Cart War Games group. Meron silang Facebook page and Emir is one of them. He's a friendly player and syempre, congratulations ulit Emir, top 3
Thank you.
CSM player and Sir Don of Gamers Shop. Congratulations sir sa inyong first tournament for Warhammer.
Thank you. We'll have many more and we'll grow this family together. Okay?
Yes, and before we end this, nga pala, I have to shout out, there's gonna be another Warhammer tournament sa Hobby Factory. This come September 30, I believe. Emir, kasali ka ba doon?
Yes, yeah. As a player.
Yes. So, nag-organize noon is si Joel, si Sir Joel, and huge shout out sa kanya kasi he's an active community leader din and he's trying to give another breathe another life sa sa 10th edition. So guys, if you want to join the tournament September 30 sa Hobby Factory in Marikina. And before the last thing I would love to say guys, I'd like to use this quote talaga na sa any hobby na inaano natin. Whenever we play with new players, be it regular or competitive, always remember the aim is to win and the goal is to have fun. Guys, thank you so much for listening. If you like this podcast, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And we do have a Facebook page. Uh, all of this are in the link in the description. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. And we are out, man.